Hey everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is August 27th, the day after Arsenal's 2-2 draw against Fulham in match week 3 of this 23-24 season. Let's go through the tweets of today. And actually, we're going to do the For You mix and see what the algorithm has decided to serve us based off of the 24 accounts we've started following yesterday in our pilot episode. So this is episode number 2. Super excited to have you here. If you enjoy this content, again, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, add your Twitter handle in the comments section below. I'll give you a follow back. We'll start building out this channel and this community. Really appreciate it. Okay, so starting us off, Simpsons Arsenal with Kieran Tierney's Real Sociedad initiation song. I guess today was announced what the terms of the loan were and the fact that he is going on loan. Let's go ahead and unmute this. If there's any audio. No, it's not coming through. Usually these are on mute anyways, but yeah, we'll definitely miss Tierney. It's sad it hasn't worked out for him, but teams moved away from the way he plays, and I think it's good. Looked into San Sebastian, where Real Sociedad is based. Really lovely town, so I think he'll enjoy it, and hopefully he does, and plays well this season. So all the best to him. Dabo, do you think Eddie Nketiah deserves to start against Manchester United? Let's see what people are saying. Jesus is back. He is, but Nketiah has been superb so far this season. Yes, 100%. Yes. Ooh, okay. Should start every home game when Jesus isn't fit. Yes, he's done everything. Absolutely. Wow. Everybody who's responding back here, let's say 95% to 100% are saying yes. Very interesting. I would say, yeah, I think he's, 2 goals now in 3 games. He hasn't really done anything wrong. Say let him start. He did score that crucial goal, the winning goal against Manchester United last season at home. So, yeah, I think we should start him. Purple panel, Wolves are reviewing Manchester City's improved offer. Okay, don't care. Rodri is a world-class player, but they despise the guy, says Dobble. Yeah, I can't stand Rodri. What's he done today, though? Gunner block. So it's a red for Tomiyasu, but not for Trent. Okay. Let's see what people are saying to this. PGML need to get in the bin. Yeah, it looks like it won't. The other way to put it would be that PGML learned. They learned from the Tomiyasu decision, and they said, never again. Benefit of the doubt, I guess. Okay, all right. AMC Camden, Arteta was right in his assessment, whether people would like it or not. Trust the process. So I guess this is in reference to Arteta saying that, this year or this Arsenal game, they played a lot better than they did the same fixture last year. And here are the stats. Yeah, it's hard to argue against XP, or XG rather. What people are saying here. Still a thing to assess. We looked poor yesterday. I don't care what expected goals say. Also, process is 4 years in. Transition season isn't what we should be having now. This is the time to have a settled team, which we was building towards. Now it's been tinkered. This isn't a transition season, but we are adding new dimensions to the way we play. Normal service will be resumed next week. How is he sure about that? XG is skewed by the penalty. Without it, the XG is lower than last season's game. Basically, we created less from open play than last season. If Vieira isn't brought down, Eddie gets a tap in. Same. Still a lot of anger towards Arteta yesterday, huh? Alexander says, still saying trust the process. 4 years in, the manager shouldn't be above reproach. He messed up yesterday. Camden responds, but I can see what he's doing beyond the result. The fans will be thankful come Jan, Feb when we are controlling games well within our system and winning games in Gear 2 allows us to save our best for the big games. Jonathan Halsman, pretty concerned we won't address the timber replacement. Bear in mind how easy Zinchenko breaks down, how unsuited Party seems to right back. Camden, I think we'll go into the market for a defender. Not a lot of time left. Just a week to go. The expectations are so much higher. Dean, we should be battering Nottingham Foam at home. We should have battered them, to be honest. No excuses. Got to stop conceding dumb goals. Yeah. Another game ruined. 10 versus 11 for what? From Clive? I guess that's... What game is that? Haven't been watching today's game. When Arsenal lose or draw, it's just... takes the win out of it for me a little bit. I just want to get to the next game. Think you are wrong here, Clive. That's definite denial of goal scoring opportunity. Game may be ruined for the neutral, but pretty clearly the right call. Never read. Okay. Klopp is so funny, man. Actual tears. Oh, what's this? The Newcastle coach telling him to... Oh, assistant coach telling him to pipe down, and then he did the same thing after the game. Oh boy. Sam Dean, quite uncomfortable with some of the comments aimed towards Havertz. It has been 3 games and he's played with a different left back in each match. He did well at Palace. Let's see what he can do with Zinchenko behind him. Look what happened to Xhaka after Zinchenko joined. Yeah, but it was Zinchenko who cost us the game yesterday. A rather outspoken row of 5 behind me, hell-bent on spending their after Saturday in a sulk, seemed to have very quickly made up their mind, which is a shame as new signings need patience, and that very sentiment quickly snowballs to the point where a player can't win whatever they do. There was a bit of this near the press box too, wasn't very nice. More call-outs about the left back that he's playing with is different. When Havertz's spell is done at Arsenal, we'll apologize to Pepe, says Ansem Edet. That's funny. Dr. Rajpal Brahar, well said. Oh, I gotta follow this guy. Of course, the doctor who's commenting on Arsenal injuries and the like. Alright, let's go back. He has some good tweets sometimes. Art de Rocher, proper fight from Arsenal for... Oh, that was from yesterday. Well, we didn't read it, so let's relive it. Vieira dug in well to get the ball loose, and 3 Arsenal players ran to secure it. Saka played it back out to Vieira, who whipped the ball in for Nketiah to finish very well. Gosh, that should have been the game winner. And Frimy responding back to Man City's 88th minute winner against Sheffield United from Rodri. That explains the earlier tweet. Honestly, from Dauble, honestly, he might be the best player in the world currently. Hate to say it, but he drops consistent 8+ 10 out of 10s every single game. It's so important to City and shows up consistently in the biggest games and when City needs him. Hate the guy, but he is sensational. What do you think? Do you guys agree about Rodri? Best player in the world currently? Influential, certainly. Best player, I guess if you define best player by how impactful he is on the game and he can win it for you. Yeah. Kudos. I'm surprised by this. I thought Brighton were in for him. I thought Arsenal was in for him, but West Ham got it done. So kudos to them. Raya debut next weekend? Nah, too early. Too early for that, right? Yankee Gunner. United were 2-0 down. City pegged back late. LFC down a goal and a man at Newcastle, and Arsenal up a goal and a man late at home to Fulham. I feel like there's an alternate reality where Arsenal fans are over the moon about this weekend's football, and I'd like to go there. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna quote this as the tweet of the day. AFC tweet of the day. AFC tweet of the day. Congrats. Elliot. I think this tweet just encapsulates what today is, right? Like, we find out what the results are from the other teams, we compare their performances to ours, and it just sucks. And yeah, I agree. I mean, I would like alternate reality here, where things work out in our favor, but sometimes it's just that. I keep saying it from Score Dial. We keep giving away very preventable goals until we put a stop to it. We will continue to draw and lose games. Yeah. On that, from that perspective, I guess one positive to take away from it is that we didn't lose. Right? Like, we got a point. It sucks we dropped 2, but we got 1 point. All we can do is just keep going forward. Jake Armstrong, I don't know. Darwin scored 2 goals from 0.4 xG after missing plenty of chances last year. Variance could have easily flipped this weekend and will again in the future. We were fortunate a lot early in the season last year. True. Ad says we're not the same side as last season. The edge is gone, even the atmosphere is gone. A lot of unnecessary changes on and off the field have disrupted that sweet spot we have found. There definitely has been a lot of changes, a lot of tinkering. You bring in David Raya, you replace Shaka with Havertz, you try your party at right back. Those are all big things. You have Rice, £105 million signing. It does change the dimension a little bit. I don't know. I think it'll take a few more games for us to really understand, is this just teammates trying to learn from each other still, or is this really something we can't fix? Clive says, to learn something, in my mind, you have to experience that something. That thing may be a mistake. Sometimes you make that mistake more than once. You will learn, though. Then it's how you adjust. Adjust by listening to inputs and or by your own eye. Simple stuff. Mistakes are the best teachers. It's integral to learning, says Dr. Raj Paul. Peter 524, in general, agree. However, did the team ever learn from the mistakes of giving away a goal in the first minute of the game? They learn, but they can't help. They know it's bad, but they can't help themselves. What on earth are you talking about, Clive? Waffling because he's out of excuses for Havertz. I mean, it's odd how obsessed you are with Havertz and made your mind up on him before you even had a chance. He's had a chance the last 4 years in the league, and he was extremely underwhelming. He's continued that at Arsenal. He's shown nothing. He'll get time, but when he's playing ahead of players who deserve it, then it's up to Havertz to perform and prove people wrong. I feel like Havertz is getting... I don't think we appreciate the qualities of his game. He creates space. He's invisible at times because what he does allows other people to do well, right? And I just think this kind of player, he just needs a little bit more time, a few more moments to start changing the narrative. I see this one was actually retweeted. The one that we started with yesterday. Alright, then now we're going back to August 26th. So yesterday's tweets. There was, let's see, how many tweets are 175 posts. Oh my gosh. There's ours. Okay, Craig Birdie on Mikel Arteta and Kai Havertz. This talk from Arteta is nonsense. There's another one. So Craig Birdie's a commentator on ESPN FC. Great show, by the way. Really love that. Really love that program. But he says this talk from Arteta is nonsense. There's another one in the second half where the crowd got on his back. Somebody played a beautiful little ball into him, 60 yards from goal. He had 10 yards to run because no defender had got right tight to him, and he passed it back 15 yards and gave it away. There is nothing in this Kai Havertz performance or performances that suggests that this player is any different, not one iota, from the player who was performing at Chelsea. The only difference is he's wearing a red shirt. He's still got no confidence. He's still not influencing games. He's still giving the ball away. He's still not getting in the right positions at the right time. He made 1 or 2 good runs in the first half, but at the moment, there's a £70 million burning problem in Arteta's pocket because, in my opinion, he's going to have to drop him. Arsenal are a better side without him in this team. Oh, that's critical. That's critical. Banks. Party's not a right back. Party's not a right back. Party's not a right back. I'm not going to read it all. 1 million views this guy has. Who? What? 19,000 followers. Smith Rowe enthusiast. I've never heard of this guy. But good for him. Oh, somebody's calling him out. Somebody says delete. Because Banks 2 days ago says Arteta's not stupid by what he's doing now, playing Party right back. He wants to build up that midfield with others. Remember, Thomas Partey will be going for African Nations Cup if he builds the midfield around him now. Arsenal will be greatly affected when he goes to represent his nation. That he doesn't want to happen. So let's be calm. So 2 days ago, supportive. Fulham draw. Not a right back. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much hypocritical. It's just a learning, right? You see him play in that position in the Fulham game, and then you decide, it's not a right back. Fair enough. Double. Honestly, he might be the best player in the world. Okay, we read that already. Time to go back to basics, says Max. Enough of these experiments. Put Odegaard with Rice, drop Party. And who are you gonna have as your left center mid? Let's see what people are saying. AFC Max. What's going on here? 106,000 followers? How come I've never seen this guy? Oh boy. Raj95 says, you won't like this, but Partey is Arsenal's best midfielder. The disrespect to Partey. You might not agree, but Partey Arsenal's best midfielder. You say basics, then leave Partey out. Why? Ryan go put Rice in the number 8 and Partey at the number 6. What? None of my thoughts here. More of my thoughts here if any Arsenal fans are interested. Let's see what you got to say, man. United Micah. I don't want to read that. But we probably should, just for a balanced perspective. I don't understand why Declan Rice isn't being played as the number 8 as Xhaka's replacement. He's literally perfect for that role, better in the duel and supremely better ball carrier, perfect for the role. Rice clearly better than Ramsdale too. Feels like Arteta's too scared to make the tough decisions right now in fear of upsetting the squad dynamics. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Elephant in the room. Gabriel Martinelli's performance in the last 2 games. Discuss. Oh, well, beast. 1 million views. Anthony is better. Anthony isn't even better than Elanga. Not great, but that whole side looks disjointed. Yeah, left side of the pitch is just... He needs support and he's not getting it. No Xhaka, no Zinchenko. The players filling that role have not helped him at all. I think he will perform better with Vieira behind him. Maybe. You got to keep in mind they're super close friends off the field. So that kind of connection should yield some benefits on the pitch. Alright, The Grove. There are plenty of top Arsenal players that took time to click. Dennis, Thierry, Pires, and Freddie, to name a few. Remember, Odegaard was a boring signing after people watched him for 6 months. I do hate that, but look at him off the ball chatter. Also ended up being a Oh my God, if you don't get Ozil, you don't get football player beloved by the tactical intellectuals. Havertz can't become that sort of debate. He has to be about final actions to be a success, but we're 3 games in. People writing him off now are ridiculous. They'll be deleting tweets by Christmas. Pretty confident about that. Personally, I think Havertz will turn good. I think there's just too much skill in the player to not have some sort of positive impact. I think if we just give him some more time, I think he'll do okay. What did you think of Fabio Vieira today? Gunners is the prompt. Let's see. Superb, showing his hard work and adaptation to the 8 role. Excellent. Fabio had a really good game. Agreed. Unbelievable. He's a masterclass. The fire and hunger was evident. If everyone else had even half of that, we may have won this game comfortably. What is Mikel looking at actually? Fantastic work, hard on and off the ball. He's finally ready. Fab. Make yet again ask the question, why did Arteta waste the club 65 mil on Kai? Fabio and Rowe are both better players and better fit for us. You know, one thing that Havertz does is he allows an out ball, right? So the team wants to play over the defense that's pressing. Havertz converts from an LCM to a target man up front, and then switches pretty well with whoever the striker is. So I don't have a problem with that. It's not something you can do, switching players to take down the header with Vieira or ESR in that role, right? So I don't mind it so much. Arden Gunnar says Havertz starting next week is an abomination for many, but he might just light up the stage against teams like Man United. True, he is a big game player. Keep in mind, he did score that Champions League goal against Man City, right? Like that takes a certain type of person to do. I'm not gonna dig him out. He needs more time. I can understand the fans' frustration though. What's wrong with playing him as a super early substitute with Trossard coming on at the 45th minute when Martinelli and Ketty already used their stamina? He should stop banking on probability and build on precision pace. He should not start. He's a proven flop. We do not have a choice. Bring back Party in the middle. Guys, we're giving up. We're throwing the towel too early on this guy. Quite uncomfortable. Okay, we already saw that. Arteta on whether he's confident Kai Havertz will win the supporters over. Yes, I think so. I think he's already done some really good things, and today it was tough for him in certain moments. He got in some great areas again, and the ball didn't arrive, and he had a lot of situations. He should have already scored a lot of goals already this season. That's the thing that is missing there. It'll come good. Ian Wright wants to see Gabriel Magalhaes starting for Arsenal. I think that's a little bit of a worry because there are things that happen. I know the fans are a little bit worried about Gabriel not playing. He gives us solidity in there, and then when they score that goal at the death there from the corner, it's something our big defender would be there. There is no Gabriel, as I said, to be that organizer. Yeah, that was a bad call by Mikel, not putting Gabriel in there. But to his credit, you think, well, they're down to 10 men. You know, we should have enough here to be able to win this game without needing Gabriel. Camden opinion. I think we may see a change and go after the international break. Raya Ramsdale. Maybe. I mean, you spent a lot of effort bringing in Raya, and it's got to be for something, right? So that he can play. Alright, getting back into some of the tweets that we already saw. We all agree this is the midfield against United, right? Rice, Party, Odegaard. Is that what we agree? Yeah, I think so. I think this gives us the physicality. Puts Ben White back there. It puts Gabriel back in the center. We need that. Dr. Roche Paul Brar, 2 goals given up. Soccer mistake. Header clearance missed by 2 players. Arsenal fans post-match. Oh my God, Havertz passed the ball backwards. That is pretty funny. I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna repost this. May only be his 6th or 7th game in an Arsenal shirt, and he may need time, but you can only say what you see, and he was a mile off it. We looked far better without him on the pitch. Proportional criticism is fine. That's not what's happening. We really let Chelsea fans dictate our own narrative, a new low for this fan base. It's embarrassing. People like to blame things they didn't like the look of pre-game, regardless of whether it's actually contributing to the outcome of the game. Yep, selective confirmation it's called. So upsetting considering the environment Kai came from. Thought that moving here would have taken the pressure off, but it feels like he's being even more criticized now than ever. Arsenal Twitter is something else, and that's why it's undefeated. Right? We hop on to players. We may not have as much patience as we expected. We may be overly optimistic. That's why I created this channel, just to highlight all this, right? Beast, for as long as he plays for the Arsenal, he'll have my support 100%. I'm gonna like that. I think that's what we need to do, right? Arsenal players gotta get our support. 1 million views. Beast, how many followers you got? 335,000. Holy cow. Emma, serious question. What's he good at? Beast, football. You day wine. He's a Finnish player. You would think he has been at Arsenal for years. It's been 3 games. You and him are mad. Oh, we fleeced you, mate. Says the guy with the Mudryk picture. Right. Oh, boy. Raj Paul Brar says, outcome-based overreactions as expected today from Arsenal's social media fan base. Gunners controlled that match, undone by silly individual mistakes and poor finishing in the box. Head down, keep working and building towards an expansive, multifaceted team. I tend to agree. The last time we lost, I think the last time we lost was against United, preseason. In that game, if I remember correctly, it was also individual errors. Remember that Gabriel one that gave it to Anthony, maybe? Or whoever scored? No, it can't be Anthony. Did he score? Maybe Sancho. Don't remember. But yeah, that was based off of an individual error, right? And then later on, they scored another goal. Martinez, I think. Maybe not. I told you my memory of goals are pretty bad. But I think that one we got undone by individual errors. And that's what I think that's what's going to happen with this team. Young team. You're going to have these individual moments. But you just really hope, last year's experience, previous 2 years' experience, that they would figure it out. But they haven't yet. There are plenty of top Arsenal players that took time to click. Dennis, okay, we read this. Never before, says Banks, never before have we seen such anger and determination from Fabio Vieira as in the last 40 minutes of the match. A rare name wanted to win all 3 points out of Arsenal. Vieira came on as Arsenal were trailing behind and no one expected him to appear. Without a moment's hesitation, Fabio Vieira immediately gave tactical instructions to his teammates as soon as he entered the field. Every ball that Fabio Vieira created shared a clear objective, which was to bring Arsenal goals. Vieira's ability to finish attacks in the final third area has never been so clearly displayed since his arrival at Arsenal. Regardless of criticism, Arteta has always done his best to protect Vieira from anger from fans when he could not show his full potential. This is the time for Vieira to return the trust and credibility from this manager. Your thoughts? Well, what are your thoughts? You must realize what Arteta is building is a team that will be as unpredictable as they come, to be on the proactive side of things, not the reactive. Kai, Fabio, Trossard, and all the different inverting at the back is something he wants to plant into this team. Trust this generational talent of a manager. I agree with his vision. I don't. Banks says, ball. I still have my doubts about some of his in-game management. When he subs on players, who he subs on. I think there's some improvement, and he'll probably admit to there being some improvement for him there. AFC User says Fabio Vieira is a better player than Kai Havertz because of his exceptional skills and tactical abilities. Vieira's ability to finish attacks in the final third area has never been so clearly displayed since his arrival at Arsenal. He has been described as a creative midfielder with a left foot that can produce magic. Vieira's training success sets up additional Arsenal tactics for Mikel Arteta. Although Havertz is a versatile player, Vieira's tactical abilities and skills make him a better player than Havertz. Alright. The determination. If you're involved in attack more, would get these kinds of performances every game. He can never be an LCM or CM. He belongs in that final third. He was super when he came on. Got goals. I think he's a super sub kind of role, right? We need goals. Bring him on. He'll get it. He'll help us get it. And since preseason this year, I think he's turned that corner. Really, really happy to see that performance from him. 2 goal contributions. On to the next. Sam Dean. Arsenal will receive a loan fee of around £1.2 million as part of Kieran Tierney's move to Real Sociedad. The Spanish side will also be covering his full salary, no option to buy next summer. Best case, says B. AFC Baz. Best case is he does well, confident he will, and we will sell next year at a higher fee than we would have got this summer. Okay. Alright, I think Fabio Vieira looked very good yesterday. Imagine my shock. Said it several times last year. He has everything in his locker to be world class, and I think this year is the season he explodes. Was a game changer yesterday. Said this would happen in March. It's always someone, says Dr. Raj Paul Brar. Shaka and Ketia, Vieira, etc., embarrassing behavior and the like, and then act like they've been behind the club and player the entire time. Ooh, this is calling out FK. Whoa, the pillars being thrown towards our problem wasn't even going for it. Oh, okay, he's not going after him. He's just agreeing with him. I was surprised. I thought they were friends. What game are you watching? The attackers cost us completely today. Poor finishing, giving away cheap goals. I watched the game where our team gifted our opposition 2 cheap goals completely unnecessarily. You? Ooh, FK getting into it. Got his mitts on. Who gave away the first goal? Who didn't mark Paulini on the box and gave him a free shot on goal? Not Havertz. Spoiler alert, it was Saka, and Havertz was by far the worst player on the pitch. Our attacker cost us offensively and defensively, so explain how our setup was the problem. You obviously close your eyes watching Trossard. Should have had an assist, put on a play for Saka. You're right, but I don't think he should start next game. Agree, but I prefer Partey and Rice in midfield. It should also be noted that yesterday wasn't Kai's fault. Havertz lacks anticipation. He was lost today. 4 games in, what has he contributed that is clear as daylight for all to see on the field? Well, I mean, he's tall, so he wins the balls that are up in the air. He'll come good. Camden. Ramsdale didn't do much, if anything, wrong yesterday, but this is the feeling I'm getting. I think Arteta wants to make a change. Ooh, okay. Maybe. I'm not sure that's the right change, but yeah. I like this idea. This was floated earlier on when Raya was joined the club, that Ramsdale should start the away games, Raya starts the home games. I like that idea. I think Ramsdale thrives in that away environment, and Raya wouldn't lose concentration. Maybe that's a little harsh, but he wouldn't lose concentration at home. Orbinio. Ooh, I don't understand how Twitter works now. I get posts from people I don't follow, who don't follow me, and who I have no interest in. But in my following tab, I see about half of the replies in my mentions that you get to specific tweets. I see ads for things that are out of date. You know, Twitter. Oh, I gotta read this. Focus on iOS or focus Twitter on Android is nice for just a chronological feed. Not perfect, but something. Ooh, to take away the ads and shite. Musk Magic, Reverse Midas, Touch Me Things. Focus X. Interesting. I'll have to look it up. What clients do you guys use for Twitter? Is there something? I know TweetDeck's gone. Let us know in the comments below. Yankee Gunner says, I'm choosing to enjoy the end UFC collapse with Leo's meme. I figured life's a gift. I don't intend on wasting it. Ah, yes. Oh, he looks so young there. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for today. We'll come back another day. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you all on the next one. Bye.